The morning sun spilled through the windows of Sunnyside Diner, casting golden light across the polished tables. The scent of syrup and sizzling butter usually promised comfort, but that day, warmth seemed impossible. At a corner booth, a girl sat in a wheelchair, her plate of pancakes a fragile barrier between her and the world. Her name was Emma, and though her calm face suggested quiet strength, her shaking hands betrayed her fear. Her chestnut hair fell in soft waves over her shoulders, but her gaze was tense, scanning the room for any hint of danger before she dared take a bite. Across from her, a group of boys whispered and snickered. Their laughter started small, but quickly grew sharper, crueler. One boy swiped her plate from her lap, sending the pancakes tumbling to the floor in a splatter of syrup and crumbs. Another shoved her wheelchair backward, making her bump against the edge of the booth. The diner went silent. The boys' laughter echoed louder than the clatter of fallen food. Emma's eyes filled with tears. She tried to hold them back, but humiliation burned hotter than any pain. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and standing against cruelty, take a moment now to like this video, share it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel. Together, we can remind the world that compassion is stronger than hate. Emma's life hadn't been easy. Born with a spinal condition, she relied on her wheelchair, but her parents always reminded her that her spirit could soar. Despite that, the world often seemed determined to test her strength. Everyday glances, whispers, and pitying smiles were familiar, but what happened that morning went far beyond pity. She remembered her first day at school, when classmates had stared at her wheelchair like it was something foreign, the cruel jokes echoing in her ears long after the bell rang. Over the years, she had built walls around herself, carrying a quiet dignity that masked the fears and frustrations beneath. Yet in this moment, those walls trembled. As the boys celebrated their cruelty, the other diners looked away. Some shook their heads, others whispered disapproval, but no one acted. The waitress froze mid-step, coffee in hand, unsure what to do. The cook peeked out from the kitchen doorway, frowning, but fear kept him silent. Emma bent down, trying to scoop up her fallen pancakes, when a gentle hand reached out. Man, gray at the temples, placed her plate back in front of her. "Don't mind them," he said softly, eyes wary of the teens. It was a small act, but a flicker of light in a dark moment. Emma still felt exposed, her heart racing with shame and fear. She closed her eyes, wishing the morning away, her chest tight with unspoken questions about why people could be so cruel. Then a rumble rolled across the parking lot. Heads turned. Engines growled, chrome gleaming under the sunlight. Dozens of motorcycles pulled in, forming a gleaming wall of steel. The unmistakable insignia of the Iron Wolves glinted on leather jackets. The Bullies, once arrogant, suddenly stiffened. Everyone knew the reputation of the Iron Wolves: fierce, fearless, and protective of those who couldn't defend themselves. The diner door swung open, a bell jingling, and in walked a towering man with a stern but kind gaze. Behind him, others followed, until the diner felt smaller, charged with tension. Emma's pulse quickened, fear mixed with awe. The man approached her, kneeling to her level. For the first time that morning, Emma felt seen, safe. He turned toward the Bullies. His voice was calm but powerful, and though Emma couldn't catch every word, the effect was clear. The boys' bravado melted into shame. Slowly, one by one, they slinked toward the exit, heads bowed, avoiding Emma's gaze. Outside, motorcycles formed a protective wall. Emma's humiliation was complete, but she was safe. The man, whose name was Ryder, called the waitress over, instructing her to give Emma anything she wanted from the menu. Pancakes, milkshakes, pie, anything. Then, in a gesture that would stay with her forever, Ryder removed his leather vest and draped it across Emma's shoulders. "Your family now," he said. Tears streamed down Emma's cheeks, not of sadness, but of gratitude. But the story didn't end there. Ryder spoke quietly to the diners, reminding them that courage isn't always loud, and that kindness should never be silent. The older man who had first helped Emma nodded, smiling, a subtle acknowledgement that every act of compassion matters. The diner erupted in quiet applause, some patrons wiping tears from their eyes, others shaking hands with neighbors in newfound solidarity. Emma sat back, feeling a warmth that had nothing to do with sunlight or syrup. In that moment, she realized that though cruelty exists, so does courage, and sometimes the people who seem fiercest carry the gentlest hearts. Her heart, once weighed down with humiliation and fear, now soared with hope. She understood that a single act of kindness, no matter how small, could ignite change. She would never forget that morning, the lesson of bravery, and the truth that family can be found in the most unexpected places. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment sharing what you would have done in Emma's place. Your words might inspire someone to act with courage when the moment comes.